I don't know. I know we were talking about it in the car, but basketball player, Ja Morant. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you had a chance to get into the story, but I know we have to address this. Ja Morant, basketball player, Memphis Grizzly, one of the top stars. They had to sit him down because he went to a strip club in Colorado.
Oh, that was him.
He went to a strip club in Colorado, and he's on Instagram Live waving the toast. Like literally dangling the toast on camera, cheesing and stuff. This really what we doing?
You know what the funniest thing to me is? It's
what I mean by toast is waving a gun. I just don't like saying it. I don't want to say gun on.
Just say strap. But the funniest thing about it is the people who want to act gangster are the ones that didn't grow up in that environment.
And that's part of the thing for me. It was like, dude, Ja Morant, you came from a 2-parent household, raised in a good neighborhood, went to a good school, wasn't really around, for the most part, around a lot of this stuff. But you want to portray like you one of these rappers. You trying to be like Lil Uzi Vert, Playboy Cardi, and some of these people. You trying to play hard. You trying to play hood. You trying to play gangster, right? Playing gangster is going to cost you a buttload of money. Forget the other stuff that comes along with it. You are a superstar. You are a breadwinner, not just for you, for your mama, for your dad. You make the money for all of them.
And when you're a well-known athlete, you're a product.
You are a brand. You don't just, didn't we just say this in the last episode? It's bigger than you. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you got to say that it's bigger than you. But you want to try
social media.
But social media is trying to show you that, well, you got it. See, this is the problem. This is the reason why I brought this up, because it goes to, he's a perfect example of why it's hard to be not hood. Because no matter how much money you have, mm-hmm. it's not respected. So here's the reason why I said, let me dive here for a second. So the people so when you got money, mm-hmm. I'm an athlete, I got money. The hood people got money too. So your money doesn't matter. They got money, you got money. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. Here's where it matters. Remember we were talking about the whole thing, the whole concept about girls? Here's where it matters the most. What is girls like? No, they like the money, but the money doesn't matter. So
I just clicked on you. They like the
hood dude, right?
Dudes, yeah.
Because the good dude, though he was a good, upstanding dude, he could get to certain women because he has style, clout, celebrity, money. He got on it. This is an upstanding, young, upstanding dude, but he can't get none of the hood girls. But guess what a lot of the girls are now? They're trying to act like they're the hood girls. So they don't like the nerd boy freshes. But we don't care if y'all don't like us. We don't care. You want to know why? Because my reputation and image mm-hmm. should be bigger than trying to be hood. I told y'all many times on this podcast, and I'm going to say it one more time till y'all get it. I am the Diet Coke of hood.
So you got to understand, as a man, especially as a man of faith, you will no longer live for yourself.
It's bigger than just me. Yes, I know the hood. I'm fully aware of what's going on. I got people who stay in the hood. I got family who's there. I know what goes on. I'm not oblivious. I respect it, but I don't have to be it. I'm trying to get to a good amount of money, a good amount of lifestyle, make sure my circle is taken care of, including y'all.
Thank you.
But the thing is, I don't need to be in the hood. Yeah. I don't need to portray to be a hood dude to make that. That don't mean that I don't need to have a whole bunch of tattoos. I don't need to be swinging around the biscuit. I don't need to be dressing up like it's gang and stuff just to be respected.
He calls it everything but a gun. It's great.
No.
I don't need it.
But no, he ain't lying though. Everything you saying is.
I don't need it. I don't need to be.
You don't have to portray something that you're
not.
That you're not.
But see, and then you can see
a lot of people get put in so much pressure that they go into that stage but they don't have to.
Because it's a difference between respected and liked,
and then reputation.
No, it's a respected and liked. You want the girls. You want every. We do this for the girls, right? Mm-hmm. Ja Morant's no different, right? He's trying to do this for the ladies. He's not trying to impress the dudes. You at the strip club. You're trying to get the ladies. But you're in a strip club trying to get the ladies. Strip club ladies, you know, maybe you find a Cardi B in a rough somewhere down the line, but that really doesn't. You find a Cardi B and maybe a Meg Thee Stallion. You maybe find a couple of them, but you don't find a bunch of them like that. So you really are putting your reputation, your image on the line for the hood? Because you want to be click because you want some of these knucklehead dudes to like you because you waving around the biscuit? This is not what we do here. You are a ball player. A great ball player, by the way. Not like you're like some scrub who ain't making no real money. Not like you ain't like a not super. You are a real ball player with real money. That boy ain't played basketball for the last week, and he ain't sitting down anytime soon.
No, I'm saying did they send him a fine?
No, they gonna probably throw the book at him. No, because think about this. If I'm Nike, who is supposed to do his next shoe is supposed to be dropping in a couple of weeks, but you up here portraying to the kids, the biscuit's cool, the gun's cool. You can't do that. Chris Rock said it best. Mm-hmm. You don't do this stuff in front of the money. You don't. That's the problem I have with it. You don't do this in front of the money. They're offering you multi-million-dollar deals, but you're going to trick it off because you're trying to show off for these knucklehead dudes who don't care about you. You're trying to show off for women who don't care. Much as I hate to tell this to you, Ja Morant, it is okay to be on the other end of the spectrum. You know what the other end of the spectrum is? So on one end of the spectrum is Lil Uzi Vert and Playboy Cardi and all these people. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Daisy A's Experience. De La Soul, Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes, you know, Chuck D. There is an opposite end of the spectrum. They are just as much respected and liked as the other side.
Because when you're on the right side,
it's just, but here's the thing. But I understand. But I understand. There's gonna be certain people who aren't going to like it. There's gonna be a lot of women who ain't going to like the plain dude. Plain is boring. I got it. I get it. But that's like I said, the hood people. Well, they're dangerous. They're mysterious. They're exciting. Okay. Sorry, I'm boring. But guess what? I'm not as boring as you. I'm not as boring as you think I am. Like, I'm just on the different. I'm on the different side of the spectrum.
And I said this before. When people ask me, like everybody asks, "Oh, your tattoos, so you must be hood." I say, "No, my tattoos reflect the image of my soul."
Right.
So, tattoos you see, got my grandmother, got my mom's name.
Right.
Got a guy here. Got one of my nicknames. It ain't just because I'm hood.
Well, that's also his Xbox name.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
It's not a joke.
It's a gamer tag.
It is.
It's his gamer tag.
Got my last name on my back. But just because I have all this doesn't necessarily mean I'm hood. It's just a reflector of my soul.
Right.
My belief. What I came from.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to say that, which I'm not, but I've been around some situations where I had to go do some hood stuff, but doesn't make me hood.
Right.
But I'll say that on content.
I'm not trying to.
I'm not trying to show and tell for people that, whom ain't going to give a damn about me the next day.
Right.
I mean, if I want to be hood, I'm going to do what I have to do with my family wise. That's on a different level. But I don't have to show I ain't gotta show interest to nobody. At the end of the day, I'm a regular person. I'm a regular guy. I'm still alive,
and I'm still. And I know we're trying to get this concept
I don't
too.
give a damn. And I'll say this with front of you guys, and I'm glad that put positive stuff first before craziness, because it always end up at the result of a person losing their life over some stupid that they nothing who they not supposed to be.
I am the respecter of the hood, meaning that I'm not going to knock you or treat you any different just because you come from a certain area or this was your upbringing or your background. I'm a respecter of the hood.
And Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre said this perfectly. Fools don't respect nothing but the game.
Right. But see, if you really want somebody who is right for you, you don't have to portray something that you're not. This is my thing about Ja Morant. It's like, dude, you're Ja Morant. Believe it or not, you can have the pick of anybody who you want. Maybe minus like 10 people. Like, for real. You could get that woman that you want. You don't even have to be at the strip club to do it. You could pick. And they're going to rock with you just on the strength of your name alone. You'll get an opportunity and a date on the strength of that alone. Us regular people, we got to work for it.
That's true. I got a sandwich.
Yeah. We don't have to. But see, I'm just saying that because you are on the verge of throwing away your NBA career, everything that you worked your day and life for.
Now it just, like I said, show and tell for the ladies and try to get it more.
No, he's showing and tell for the ladies and trying to show that he hard. Mm-hmm. Hard for what?
Hard-headed, apparently.
You're a ball player.
And you messing up. You finna, boy.
You are throwing away your life's work to just show off for a couple of dudes and some ladies to show that this.
That's the power of what you got in your pocket. People get a little money, get a little crazy.
Yeah, because you think you are because you got a little bit of bread.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of bread. There was another instance. Another football player, if I'm not mistaken, shot this 11-year-old boy in the leg.
Wait, what?
I forgot the name of the player because the name of the player skipped me. I don't have my notes.
Different camp. Someone got shot.
So, similar instance. He's trying to be super thug in front of his house, right? Kids in the neighborhood. You know what they're doing? They're up there shooting Nerf guns. Nerf guns. You know, bright orange, bright yellow, bright blues. Nerf guns. Don't hurt nobody. The little foam bounce off of you. This dude comes in with a real gun
and start popping off.
And start airing out his yard because of some kids playing with Nerf guns. This is the problem that I have.
What city was this?
Oh, I don't remember what city. You're gonna make me break out my notes. You're gonna make me break out my notes.
But here, just keep finishing telling the story.
Yeah, keep talking about this.
But be it as it may, he aired out his yard because the kids were playing around. You're a football player. These are 13-year-old kids. You 6'2", probably 230.
I like the way
You don't put the chokehold and you can put the chokehold on one kid, put the people's elbow on another kid.
You might want to join in the party with them and have a good time.
If you were upset and you don't want them on your lawn or whatever, just tell the kids, hey, look, just go play on the other side. Y'all straight. Sit there and shot this kid in the leg for nothing. I saw this on the Marcellus Wiley podcast. He was talking about it. It just dawned on me because it kind of ties into this. It's the day and age that we're living because the reason why you're bringing out the gun because you're trying to show off. Mm-hmm. And even if you've been spraying it in the air, even if you just use waving a gun in front of the kid, that means the kid thinks that it's cool. Now then you're spraying it around. A random shot could have hit one of those kids. Probably what happened. Probably was a random shot. Y'all don't think he directly shot at the dude trying to kill the kid? I think he was randomly popping in the air and it still hit him. But why were you shooting at kids with the Nerf gun? This really what we doing? Kids playing Nerf guns, having fun. If you didn't want them to play, just tell them, just go play on the side or go play in the middle of the street, but not on the lawn. Mm-hmm. Do it respectful. Stay off my lawn, please. You seen Friday?
I'm gonna say, yeah, stay off my grass, please. Thank you.
It's like, dog, y'all know what it is. It's stupid. I mean, but it's like the same. But everybody wants everybody wants to play Super Thug. Mm-hmm. That's the problem because they think, well, Super Thug is hard. I'm hard. Hard's going to cost you an awful lot.
You know, it's almost like, at this point, it's almost like a fetish, I swear.
No, because it's what's being portrayed. Right. You hear it in music. You go to the Rolling Out. I'm a thug, you know. I'm a thug. You know, everybody trying to be super thug. All the girls trying to be city girls. They're trying to act like they in the strip club and the thugs want to be the thugs, but guess what? Those two things so happen to mix. Well, we're getting money. So it happens to mix. If that's what you want, it's cool. But if you're somebody who is supposed to be upstanding, you don't have to be in that bracket. Reminded me of something that I wanted to make a point of. So you said something. So the Ja Morant situation. So they tried to like relate that to him being Clarence on 8 Mile. You know, the boy Clarence got real good parent. You know, they tried to make him like that. Like, you know, he ain't really this. He's a regular dude. In part, yes. But it's not more so. He's not like Clarence from 8 Mile. He ain't Papa Doc. You know who he is? He's Jay Reed. Now, let me tie this thing together because he's Jay Reed. All right, so let me set the stage. Jay Reed, In Too Deep. All right, In Too Deep. I just had to think about it. Like he's an undercover cop going into Omar Epps. He's an undercover cop trying to go into the hood and basically infiltrate the place, but he gets in so deep that it's hard for him to get out because he's trying to be a thug, but his real thing is to be on the other end of the spectrum. He's more that. Perfect example. Y'all remember this scene? This is like one of the obscure scenes, but it's a scene that's super important. In Too Deep. When LL Cool J plays the role of God, he introduces Jay Reed to his best friend and his baby mom. Y'all remember that scene, right? So
Victor, you never saw that movie.
Got it.
I remember.
Great movie. So you remember the movie, right? So they walk up. Baby mom was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna have nothing without what I have." But then he goes to Frisco, right? He was like, "Yeah, hey Frisco," and they dap it up, man. What's the very first thing Frisco has? What very first thing Frisco asked? Very first thing.
Been so long. Damn, I ain't seen the movie, but
I know. He asked him something super important.
Damn, I forgot.
All right, I'll catch you up real fast.
Because I remember the scene in the HUD part. Yeah.
So he said, "You like guns?"
Die.
Very first thing he says, not got any money? You have any drugs? What's your girl situation like? Do you like guns? And he was like, do a little, Jay Reed, do a little something. So, are you holding? I'm holding. What you got? Shotty Rockies, 80Ks, and you go nines, trays, snubs. Y'all remember the scene, right? Then what did LL Cool J do? Hold it down. Bing!
Yeah, I remember that scene. He pulled up his shit with a
right. But why is that? Why do I use that as a reference point?
Because
it wasn't about the money. They had money. What did LL Cool J do in the first thing? Jay Reed has a chain on. He looks at his chains like I got the same exact chain on as you do. Remember I told you the money is same in the hood between like a hood dude and a regular dude. The money's the same, right? But then they glorify the gunplay. That makes sense. Gotta watch this movie. Great movie, by the way. Like one of LL Cool J's best roles that he's ever played besides NCIS. And In Too Deep when he's trying to. But think about this. But just think about that scene though. It's Jay Reed trying to be super thug, but he's really not that dude. But he's trying to play that role, and they try to get him into, dude. You gotta have the guns. You gotta have the guns. You gotta have you shoot. Scene after that says when they drive in the car and he was like, dude, what do you do? And he misses all that stuff. But the point is that when he got introduced in the hood, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about his girl. It wasn't about anything. It was about, do you have something? You have something that we have. So they show off the gun as an accessory piece. This is what I got mad about Ja Morant, because you're not trying to be Papa Doc. You're trying to be Jay Reed. You're trying to sit up there and try to blend in with the hood. And you're trying to show off your gun like it's an accessory, like it's a watch or it's a car. Because you're trying to floss for the dudes and floss for the ladies. That's not how you don't floss guns for the ladies. You know, guns, they don't care about no gun. This really what we doing? That's why I use that as reference. He's more Jay Reed.